Welcome to the Sk8LikeYou podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Hey, it's Mark, Sk8LikeYou podcast, Sk8LikeYou.com. Hey, don't scroll away yet. I want to make sure you have all the information and all the details about one of the most exciting things I've ever been a part of in skating. Because if you didn't already hear, 8 Wheels No Brakes and Sk8LikeYou are collaborating for an event like no other, Skate Like No Brakes. And it is all going down in the Lehigh Valley at Whitehall Skateaway. Saturday, September 27th from 9 to 1. Sunday, September 28th, 5 to 9. $20 admission each night. Sunday night, hey, food's on us, drinks on us. And on top of that, we're bringing you a DJ lineup that truly represents what the Northeast is all about. New York City Hall of Fame DJ Tito T is going to be rocking the set. DJ Matt Hatter and DJ Hobbs. You are not going to want to miss this. This is going to be the best of the old and best of the new. We're bringing it all together, and we're doing something that nobody else is doing. You think you know, but you have no idea. Come check out what the Northeast is really all about at Skate Like No Brakes. And if all that wasn't enough, come celebrate Rob Cosmano's 60th birthday, a truly unsung hero and contributor to what the Shuffle event has become today. 8 Wheels No Brakes is the standard bearer. It's the gold standard of what events are all about. I am so proud and honored to be asked to be a part of it. I cannot wait. I will see you there. What's going on, everybody? Hey, it's Mark, Sk8LikeYou podcast, Sk8LikeYou.com. I am here with the one and only Dusty Haddock. How's it going, Dusty?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Good, man. Good. You know what? It's interesting. Literally, as I'm pronouncing your name, I have to ask, how do you pronounce your last name?
It's exactly how you said it. A lot of people screw my name up. They'll call me Haddock, and it's actually Haddock. So you actually got it right.
So the reason I never would have assumed that anyone would mess that up, because see, I'm from New England, and when people eat haddock, we call it haddock, right? And so exactly. When I came to Pennsylvania, everybody was like haddock, and I'm like, what the hell is haddock? You know? Yeah. And they're like, haddock, the fish. I'm like, haddock? You mean haddock? You know, so yeah, like that's literally why I asked you. So look, it's your name. So everybody in Pennsylvania out here, it's this dude's name. He knows how to say it. I'm right. He's right. You're all wrong.
Exactly.
Exactly. You know, I don't go to the attic. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
Don't sit on the paddock, you know? Anyway, before we get too off the rails, man, Dusty, how long have you been skating?
41 years.
41 years. The one question I ask every single person I have on here, man, I'm not sure how many of these you've seen, but I ask everybody the same question. Do you remember the first time you ever put on skates?
Yes, I do. And it's funny that you said that, because my mother is the one that actually got me to roller skate. And I remember I was 5 years old, and my mom laced them up for me. And we walked around the outside of the rink, and on the back straightaway, she looked at me and I looked at her, and she just kind of shoved me and said, "You're on your own." And I don't know what it was, but I just grew a passion for it right then and right there. And, you know, as you're growing up as kids, you know, you're always wanting to try to better yourself and be with the cool kids and, you know, all that stuff, and turn around. And I just, it wasn't a popularity thing for me. It was, I had a actual 100% passion for it. And I've just been doing it ever since.
So was your mom a skater?
Yeah, she did. She skated. She still skates with me. She's actually in one of my TikTok videos. She don't skate much now because she's got vertigo pretty bad, but she trusts me enough to where I'll get out there and skate with her, and she absolutely loves it. My whole family skates.
Oh, okay.
My entire family.
All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. So now, what was that? What was that rink when you were 5? Where were you at?
It's actually called Skater's Choice now. but back then it was called Circle East, and
Okay.
we had one on one side of town, and we had Circle West on the other side of town. So it was kind of always that rivalry going on back and forth.
Was it? Okay.
Oh, yes.
So okay. So like, was it contrary styles? Was it just you just skated one, you didn't skate the other?
We kind of had similar skating styles, but they would try to come up with something new, and they would either come to our rink or we would go to their rink on like a Friday night or Saturday night. And it's the typical show me what you got, I show you what I got, and we did that for years.
So we're talking like this is like the 80s?
Yeah, late 80s, early 90s.
Okay. So it's like anyway, what's that?
Some in the 2000s, they closed just before the hurricane hit down here. They shut down. But man, you want to talk about some of the best times we had when we were kids? Woo.
Well, when you said about like them showing up at your rink and vice versa, like I don't know why I immediately thought of like the Beat It video. You know what I mean? Like you said you started skating 41 years ago, and I just immediately that's what came to my mind.
Yes, 100%. So I mean, you could always tell when they walked into the rink because they had their own style, their own flavor, and everything. And you were just like, "You from West?" Be like, "Yeah." How do you know? Be like, "You just know."
Yeah. So you weren't West.
No,
like...
I was what they call the East Side boys. So we always skated on the East Side.
Okay. So it's probably you're obviously going to have like a biased opinion, but I mean, at the end of the day, when it came to that thing as far as that competitive spirit, was
it was always the East, always.
Yeah.
We always did bigger and better.
Okay. And
now, I will say the West, their rink was smaller, but it was a wood floor. And I have actually grown to love a wood floor a little better than concrete.
Okay. So you were on a straight concrete?
Yes.
At that rink?
90% of my life, yeah, I've been on straight concrete until I started traveling to Atlanta, some down south, Tampa, Orlando, where they got wood floors, and I don't know what it is about a wood floor. I just love it.
Yeah. Well, it hurts less, for sure.
Yeah.
But so now the one thing I noticed though too with you is do you ever wear like a speed or a jam boot ever?
Okay. So it's funny you said that because the OG 172s that I had now, I've had them for about 15 years. And all I skated before then were Rydales and Lebedas. I actually had a baby blue Lebeda, and I skated those from when I was little all the way up until roughly about almost 15 years ago. Then once I put on my OGs, it's just something about it. I don't know.
And that's what I was going to ask. So, I mean, like, were you just instantly like, oh yeah, this is my lane. This is where I want to be, or?
So it's a comfortable thing for me. Like the Rydales, they're just the best of the best in my opinion. That's my opinion. But skating a low top, then I always had a thing for watching other people skate and in taking their style and some of their moves and making it my own. And we went to Tallahassee one night and watched the guys over there skate, and they do that JB style over there. And it's the look, it's the skate, it's the style, it's everything. And I was like, man, I want a set of high tops just to see what they're like. And once I put them on, I'm gonna tell you right now, I fell in love. It was just, I'm not going back. Now I do have a set of 951s, but I've only worn them once.
Okay. So it's interesting because I grew up on a high boot heel.
Really?
That's all that my home rink was in Southern Maine,
Yeah.
and I skated Mass and Maine and moved around, but like, yeah, in Maine especially, like you didn't see any speed boots or anything like that. Everybody was on a high boot. Most, if anything, like every dude had black leather, girls had the white leather, or people had like a gray or a blue suede.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was like that's all I did. And then when I started skating again, like 5 years ago, I didn't know what the hell to buy. Everything was different. I'd never heard of vanilla or any of this shit. So and like everyone had like at least around here, people like I kind of met initially, or when I'd go to a lot of speed boots but like and I got the red line, the 595, and mainly because the big thing there is that like I hated like some of these jam boots and speed boots is all this extra crap, you know what I mean? Just like all this padding and like in this lace cover and like just all like I had these Frankenstein boots, you know what I mean? And like I didn't like any of that. And what's funny about it though, and the reason I mention this is because literally since the day I got that 595, now I broke it in really well. Like it's, it just flops around. But I've noticed that like I have, and I don't even know if I put it together initially, but really like what I've been trying to do forever is just get to this feeling that I remember skating, the first half of my life. So, now I'm on I went to the Arius plate, you know what I mean? And I use like a smaller wheel most of the time and all that. I know it's just a matter of time before I end up with a high boot with a heel again. It's gotta be
a full circle.
Yeah, man.
So
okay.
It's funny you said that because I've always skated a low boot with wide wheels. And I was like, you know what? When I got my OGs, I turned around and I was like, well, if I'm going to do this, I want to do it all the way. So I put my plate with wide wheels on it on the OG boot, and I skated around and I was like, I don't like it. I just don't like it. And one day I just made the commitment and I went to the short 50. I went with a 57-38, and it literally took me a couple sessions to get used to it because I felt like I was going to fall over all the time. But once I got used to it, man, it's nothing. It's just totally different. Totally different.
Yeah. I love the 38 width, especially because, my footwork can get kind of tight at certain times and stuff like that, so like when like I ended up, I tried out the radar alloys, the Halo alloys, and like the 99, and that like size is perfect. They don't last very long, but I love that size. It's like, it's like 59-38 or something like that.
So I actually skate a 62-38. So I like the taller wheel, but still the skinny and the width.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my comfort zone.
No, 100%. I mean, and I keep saying it, I just got to do it. Like I got to, because I got those Ghost Assassins.
Yeah.
I'm just going to send them to Nathan and have him cut them down to 38.
Oh, yes, 100%. I'm actually trying to get Nathan to do a one-off set of wheels for me. So if so, they're gonna be pretty bad.
What are you trying to get him to do? You don't want to talk about it? It's classified.
No, I'll tell you. I mean, I've talked to Will about it. Will said he's on board, but trying to get him, because I know he's busy, then get with Nathan also, because I don't know if it's ever been done. I want a 70 millimeter wheel on a 38.
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
Dude, that height is crazy. Like, because it's like I compare wheels like in skating on wheels. It's like, to me, it's similar to golf. Dude, I am getting blown up. I got to turn this off. It's similar to golf in the sense where one little adjustment makes a huge, huge difference, right? Like a 42 compared to a 38, but a 70, bro, like, like going from like a 62 to a 70.
It's huge. It's huge.
It's like, holy shit, look at it. It was all the way down there. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You talk about your mom with vertigo, dude. I don't even know if I could. It's just like, oh, like, it's crazy because I got on a pair. I got on Corey Gowers.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, like, what do you, I can't even breathe up here, bro. This is so crazy. And it's not that, I mean, it's not a lot, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, exactly. And that's what I was going to say. But when you see them side by side, you're just like, oh, it's not that much of a difference. But when you put them on, it's a huge difference.
Yeah, you stand up and it's a different, you're in a different like atmosphere. Like it's just, I'm not used to walking around that or rolling around that high. Like, and that's literally what I think about. I'm like, this is a long way to fall. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden, like it feels like a long way down, you know?
It really is.
God bless you. Shit,
but
dude,
I mean, I wouldn't try to do any footwork or anything fancy, nothing like that. They're more for show. more for show than anything else.
Yeah. More show than go. But still, that's crazy. But man, 38. Wow. Yeah. Because I definitely feel the difference moving from like a 42 to a 38.
Oh yeah.
More than just because a lot of people say, oh, it's more about speed. I think no, I like, especially if you come off the floor at all, the landing balance is completely different.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, you start skating at 5 and you're instantly hooked. You're all about it right away.
100%. So it's funny because I skated all through elementary, middle school, high school, and even straight out of high school, I continued to keep skating. And it's funny because the company I actually worked for, all the guys and the girls know I roller skate and they still pick on me, but they think it's cool because to me, it's coming back around full circle. And they're like, and they'll go, hey, you got a skate event this weekend? And I'm like, yep, sure do. And they're like, let me see pictures. Let me see videos. I want to see. And I'm like, man, just come. You ain't got to be good. Just put on a pair of skates and just try. That's all.
Yeah. It's the amazing paradox, like when it comes to dudes and skating, right? Because like one, it's so funny. I was talking to Jen Rankin about this and I was saying to her, like, it's funny, like as a dude, like among other guys that don't skate, it's like a joke to them. You know what I mean?
100%. I get that all day. Yeah.
Yeah. But she was like, she's like, what's so funny about that is that the fact that you say that, but the reality is that like when you go to rink, it's like 70% dudes. You know what I mean? And it's so true. Like there is a major unbalance. It's so true. But it's funny because I was talking to Brandon Nix about this, and he had just started working with this road crew. Big heavy equipment operator dudes. You know what I mean? And I'm like, so wait a minute. I'm like, so has it come up yet about you skating, because he's going to be with all these heavy equipment operators and somebody's going to be busting balls. I've had to deal with it in office spaces where dudes are like, Vash on roller skates. You hear this shit? You know what I mean? Like, and he's like, eventually somebody finds something on Facebook or sees something. And he's like, and then I got to hear that for a little while, but same thing. Everyone, they bust chops, but at the same time, people respect it. Like, especially when they see you doing it on a different level.
Yes. And cause they all, when I first started there, they were all like, oh, you roller skate? And kind of gave me that, that standoffish. And they saw me going enough and they were like, oh, he's really taking this seriously. And I'm like, here, let me just show you. And they're like, oh, you can really skate. And I'm like, well, I just don't do it for fun. I mean, I do it because I love it and it's a passion. So they were like, oh, well, let me know when the next time you go skating. And I'm like, all right.
It's hilarious, man, because I moved to Pennsylvania in college and I just didn't skate anymore. Like I just came here and all the rinks are back home. I didn't, you know, so it just kind of stopped for my adult life. But I built a life here with, you know, friends and you know, and everything. And I got married here and all that kind of stuff. And so like, it would come up from time to time with people, you know, like, oh yeah, I used to skate. And the funny thing about skating is it's like the one thing, maybe there's other things, but it's the only thing I can think of where people kind of like anybody, like everybody will tell you like, oh yeah, I used to skate, which basically means like they went to a couple birthday parties or something. Right. So like, you know, it would come up every once in a while with people and they, oh yeah, you know, I used to skate, you know, I used to roller skate, you know, it's what it's all I ever did, you know, all this other stuff. And so then when I got back into it, I started doing it here.
Yeah.
A couple, you know, a couple people, actually, I didn't even know there was a video of me that someone took and it went crazy on TikTok. I didn't have a TikTok. I didn't know what it was, like whatever,
Really?
but like, yeah, but the funny thing was like, but then like some of my friends that I've had here for years,
yeah,
like would see a couple of these videos and they were like, what is this? Like, what the hell is like my one dude, Ben, my one friend Ben was like, did you get bit by like a spider or something, bro? Like what? Like, and I'd be like, well, yeah, but I told you I used to skate. No. We used to skate. This is like something totally different, dude, you know? And then, but then the other thing was all my friends back home and family back home were like, oh, wow, this is so awesome that you're doing this again. But yeah, people here were just like, you know, like, what is this? It was like, they didn't even know me, you know, it was like, I was living some double agent life. And but people have this expectation when you say I skate, you know what I mean? I think they just relate it to themselves and they just, you know, that kind of thing, exactly. You know what I mean?
Holding on to the wall, going around the corner.
So you skated like all through your adolescence. Now I do have to ask though, what was the first setup that you got as a kid?
The first set of skates I ever got, well, I actually bought, one of the girls I went to high school with, her brother had a set of RS 1000s and I bought them for $20 from her. Changed the wheels, changed the bearings, bushings, and and what's bad is her brother was a size 9. Well, I was a size 10. My toes were cramped up like this for years, but I had stretched them out so long that I could actually fit them. And I skated those probably for 12 years before I wound up and I was like, okay, it's time for me to get some new skates. And then I bought the baby blue Lebedas with the laser plate. Then I wound up, I paid it forward and I just gave another kid those skates. And I was like, here, I don't want anything. You know, you're doing good. You coming up here all the time, because I was going to the rink every Friday and Saturday night. And you know who your regulars are. And I just looked and I was like, hey, you want a pair of skates? And they were like, well, yeah. And I said, here you go. And they were like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah, I'm dead serious. Here, you know, take them. And I wound up doing that with another kid that goes up to our local rink up here. His name is Justin, and he's super, super sweet kid. And you could tell he was up there every single weekend. And I wound up buying his first set of skates, and his mom started breaking down, tearing up and everything else. And I was like, look, I see the passion that Justin's got, and I just want to pay it forward. And she was like, thank you so much. So,
yeah, man.
You know, you just try to give back when you can.
Yeah, man. That's awesome. I mean, because and you know what it's like when you get that setup, you know what I mean? Like that first set, like there's nothing, I mean, like the first pair that I ever owned, I opened on Christmas, and it was like the Chicago, like the vinyl high boot, blue laces, blue wheels, you know, but even that, you know, cause where I skated, it was like when you graduated from vinyl to leather, like that was like, you were like, now you're there.
Yeah.
And I remember the first leather set, like the really like nice skates that I ever had. I mean, and just like, oh my God, the feeling of that, you know, was
it's the whole, nobody's foot's ever been in them. These are mine. You get to break them in. And there's not a better feeling than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I do have to ask you though. So do you call them brownies, Bobos, or what did you call the rental skates?
Reynolds. We always just call them Reynolds.
So we always grew up calling them Bobos.
Okay.
So I skated Bobos for God, I can't tell you how many decades. And, you know, they never, one would go this way, one would go straight, and you just had to learn and be like, nope, take these back, and be like, yep, I can skate these. And you just learn to adapt.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've known people, like I knew like there was 2 people at my rink, and then I also know people now that they grew up and they had the same experience where they would go to a rink and like there was like a particular set of pair of rentals that they would have for them. You know what I mean? You know, like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
Like Rob McGarrigle, he was a guy that would go to like Sk8L in Massachusetts, and there was like one set of rentals that like he would use every time they set him aside for him. You know, that kind of stuff always just I don't know, man. I think it means a lot, because it would be so easy for some rink owner just to constantly be pressing somebody to buy a pair, you know what I mean? And not, you know, treat somebody, you know, with any type of, you know what I mean? Like just give them any type of like, not special treatment, but just some favor in a sense, you know? Yeah. And I don't know, man, to know that they would do that for people is awesome.
It's that small token of appreciation. It's like, hey, look, you always skate these. I'll make sure every time, every session, I slide them to the side. If you don't show up, then, you know, obviously I'll let somebody else rent them, but those are yours, you know?
Yeah.
And a little bit of appreciation goes a long ways nowadays.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, and like, I know talking to people, they would tell me like, I know that like, you know, I like they say, I don't have the money to dump into skates, and I don't, you know, I literally can pay like the admission when I come to a session. Yeah. But they remember me here. You know what I'm saying? Like someone's thinking of me enough, and it just, you know, that kind of shit goes a long way, man. I don't think we have enough of it anymore, to be honest with you.
100%. I agree. It's lost. It really is. Yeah. So I've asked you this once. And we gonna venture down.
I knew we were gonna get to this because I was gonna bring it up.
You weren't gonna bring it up?
No, I was gonna bring it up. I was gonna bring up this thing. You're gonna talk the mileage, right?
Yes, 100%. So if you had to guess, how many miles have you skated in your lifetime?
Okay, so just so everyone knows some context, I don't know, is this something you ask everybody? Do you just go around like a fortune cookie and just ask it?
So you are the only, you're the only second person I've ever asked this. So
okay,
I don't know. Okay, go ahead.
No. I was gonna say, so everyone knows. One day I get an email at Sk8LikeYou.com, and it's like. It's like a Confucius Say situation where I get this email and it's like, hey, there's a really cool question. Have you ever sat and thought about how many miles you've actually skated in your entire life? And it came from Dusty. But the thing was, we were just talking about this again at USA at Kate's.
Yeah, Kate's. Yeah, a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Because I told you, so what I said to him was, he asked me this question, and my first instinct was like, this is ridiculous, man. Like, what the? But then it was like a thing that got stuck in my brain.
Exactly.
And I was like, this son of a bitch. So I started. So I swear to God, dude, I opened an Excel sheet eventually. Okay. Like,
No.
I did, man, because so here's where I started. I was like, okay, so I start skating at this age. I literally know every session, right? I knew
Yeah.
the hours, the days of the week, and then I could kind of figure like, I definitely skated on average pretty much every session for this many years. I know that the floor is this size. I start trying to extrapolate this shit. Until I just was like, I only got so far. I was like, I'm going to come back to this because this is just blowing my mind. So I don't have an estimation, but I know that you must. So what did you come up with?
So me personally, 41 years, I'm guesstimating anywhere between 1 to 2 mil. And that's a
1
lot.
to 2 mil.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So now, how deep did you go into this formula? Like, what did you factor in? Like I was talking about the things that I was factoring.
So your average song is what, 3.5 minutes, give or take?
Okay, so you went song. Okay.
So your song, then your rink size, which for me, which was a good thing because 90% of mine was at my home rink, which is literally 2 minutes from the house. So
right.
I knew roughly about how big the rink was. And I knew, okay, so if an average song is 3.5 minutes in 10 laps, you've roughly went a mile already. So, I mean, it's a real deep rabbit hole. You can get really, really deep. And the thing about it is, it never crossed my mind until I was sitting in the house one day and all of a sudden it just popped into my head. How many miles have you skated in your lifetime? And I was like, that's a really good question. And I asked one other person, Brett was the other person, and he did exactly what you did. He broke out an Excel sheet. He did rink size, song, delay between the songs, how many sessions. And he goes, this is getting deep quick. And I said, I'm trying to tell you, it's bad.
Yeah. I think that okay, so for me to make a real attempt at it, I'm gonna have to clear a Saturday, take 2 Adderall, just go to town.
Yeah,
and just go deep. You know what I mean? Just leave me alone. Don't talk to me. Kind of thing. Because man, I started thinking about it. What's that?
I guess it could be a conversation starter because, like you, when I messaged you and I asked you, and it was kind of one of those things where you think about it for a few seconds and you're just like, whatever. But in the back of your mind, it's always clicking and you're like, I wonder how many miles have I really skated in my lifetime?
Yeah. It was you implanted an earworm, you know what I mean? That just kind of came back into my world, you know what I mean? Because at first I just kind of dismissed it, right? Because I'm just going through emails, you know what I mean? Whatever. But then I remember later that day being like, shit, I wonder, oh god damn, now I gotta you know what I mean? Because now it's in my head, right? So now I'm I can't, I have to get to a certain place before I can kind of set it aside, kind of have to satisfy a certain level of curiosity, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's interesting, man. You know what's funny, dude, is because when did you start going to events?
What is this, 2025? 22?
Yep.
Yeah, 2022 is when I started venturing out and going to events. And shortly, Pensacola Dreamland was my second event. And that's where I met Jen Rankin, and we just instantly hit it off right then and there. And that's when I started meeting everybody. And every time I go to an event, I meet new people every single time. And to me, that's what it's about. Is it's not the fact that I'm trying to make myself real big. I just want to know everybody, and it's one of those things where, like, when I saw you at Kate's, it's that night, I have never gotten so many compliments that night. And I had 6 different people come up to me and they were like, man, I could watch you skate all night. And I'm like, this is me being humble. I don't see what y'all see. I don't. I have went back and watched videos and videos. I just don't see it. But I will take, the accomplishment and, and go, hey, thank you. I do appreciate it. It's because, for one, it's the DJ. The DJ sets the mood for everybody. And I just, I skate. When I skate, I listen to the music and I vibe off the music, and it shows when I skate.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. Yeah, and I understand too. Like, in the sense of like, when someone comes up and says something like that to you, like, and my mentality is always kind of like, well, maybe it's a little different, like, because where I'm from, you know what I mean? Like and I kind of tend to lean towards that for myself because I don't see it either. I don't see what, so I always say, like, just see me a few more times. Trust me, the novelty will wear off. You know what I mean? You'll get used to it real quick. It's just new to you. You know what I mean? Like, that's all it is. But the reason I ask is that's literally like when I started doing the events. I don't. So, because there's a lot of people like, there's a lot of people I would see at events, like, but I didn't necessarily talk to or meet until like maybe the second, third, or fourth time I'd see them. Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think our paths, I don't remember at least our paths ever crossing until Atlanta.
Yes.
USA.
Atlanta was the first time I ever got a chance to actually meet you.
Yeah. And so, and my thing was, I really I really wanted to skate with Billy Cowart. Like, when I went down there, he had recently done the podcast. We got to know each other real well. And I was real excited for that. But then but it was towards the end of the night, Saturday, like right before the storm takes the power out, and it's you, me, and Billy. And I'm like, I'm skating with, like, cause and then I don't know if I came up behind you guys or you got in with Billy, and I don't know, but all I remember was like, yo, I like skating with this dude. Like, I could skate with this dude all night long, man. Like, seriously, like I had that last, whatever it was before the power went out, like just going. I don't know how many songs we went for, but it was just you, me, Billy, and that was my favorite part of the weekend, dude. The skate with you and Billy, by far.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
So, yeah, man.
Yeah, me and Billy,
man, and it was so cool.
Always have a blast skating together, and every time that I'm in Atlanta or wherever he's at, I find Billy and I make sure I skate with him at least a few songs, because me and him, when we get together, we start clowning around, joking, but we skate similar and everybody loves it. And it's not all about, just speed racing all the time. It's just find a nice cruise speed and just let's ride. So I absolutely have a blast every time I'm in Atlanta.
Yeah. That's a whole different thing. I had never seen anything like that till the first time I went to that first USA event.
Me too.
What was your first USA event?
When was my first one?
Yeah, the first USA one.
Actually, it was 22 when I met you. That was my first USA Shuffle event because Rachel, the whole 850 crew went the year before, and they were telling me about it. Then turned around, I went the following year, October. I think it was October. Yeah, it was October the following year. Uh-oh. Did I lose you, Mark?
No, you're here.
Okay. Yeah, October 22 was the first one I went to. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't been to an October one yet. I've only been to the March ones.
March, I call March
Sure.
like the Super Bowl of shuffle skating. Now, October is not as busy as March, but it's still a really good crowd.
Have you gone to the Texas event yet?
No, I have not. Is the guy that owns the place, is his name Jeff?
Yeah, Jeff Groban.
Okay. So I've seen, like, I've had people go and they've done videos like kind of like the behind the scenes type thing. Everybody says his hospitality is like no other.
Yeah.
So
yeah, 100%.
I definitely want to go at least one. Just go ahead.
No. Like, no, you're 100% right. Like, literally what sold me on going to Texas was everybody I talked to would be like, yeah, Jeff Groban, like, he's literally all about the skaters, right? And he's going to make every single person that walks through that door feel like a VIP. I mean, well, you know, like Rachel, they'll all tell you they were all there at the last one.
Yeah.
You know, it's a tight floor. That turd, man.
Really long, but it's short in the corners.
It's narrow, right? So your outside foot, bro, is just like, oh, it's just hanging on for dear life, man. But you get used to it.
Yeah.
You get used to it.
So I don't know.
Here, you know what?
I don't know if you know this or not. So actually, I take that back. The first year Texas had their event was the same year that I hosted my first event in Dothan, Alabama. They were 2 weeks apart.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I've heard of these Dothan events. Like, so okay, that's you.
I'm gonna tell you need to come to Dothan. Like, you need to come to Dothan.
Absolutely.
So I'm actually going to try to host another event in Dothan again. I think Deborah said the other day September they're going to do another. I don't know if it's going to be this year. They're going to do another event, and they're going to make it an annual event every year in Dothan. You really need to make plans to come down. You'll enjoy it.
What's the rink?
Fun Zone.
Fun Zone. Okay.
Yep.
What's your home rink?
Skater's Choice right here in Panama City.
Okay. So wait a minute. Is that like where you grew up?
Yeah, that's where I grew up, at that rink.
So you've been going to that. That's been your home rink since day one.
Yeah, Skater's Choice. Yes. But I've also been going to Fun Zone. It was Fun Zone, then it was the playground, and before then, I never got a chance to skate. They had a wooden floor that was bigger than Fun Zone, and it was called Babalu in Dothan, Alabama. I never got a chance to skate that one, but everybody said that floor was massive. Yeah.
Okay. So for you, all right.
Okay.
Because it's interesting, right? Because like I said, you stand out at a USA event, right? Because
Sure.
you're the
We'll
only
go with
one.
that.
Well, you're the only person I see on these OGs 100% of the time. You know what I mean? Like at a USA event, right?
OGs.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, so like, but for you, right? Like, what if it's like up to you, right? Like, as far as like the genre of music that you could vibe out to, right? Like that does it for you. What would it be?
That's a hard one. It's a really hard question because I love the stuff that Mayhem and DJ Jams play, like 100%. I love like the speed style of shuffle skating, but
Mm-hmm.
I also have grown really, really passionate to the Atlanta style. And when I say Atlanta style, like it's JB, but it's the ATL roll. Like Sparkles, Smyrna, I probably said it wrong. On Sunday night, this is no joke. They average, on average, between 2 to about 350 people every Sunday night. And you want to talk about a vibe, and it's a whole different, the music, the beat and everything is still up to par with like jams and all that, but it's a whole different style. And I still get out there and do my thing, and everybody knows who I am when I show up, and it's nothing but love.
Yeah.
You need to go with us on a Sunday night.
Well, so, and the thing is like for me, same thing. I can get down to, jams, mayhem anytime.
Yeah.
Like I dig that whole vibe. I like doing it. For me though, and it's what I grew up on too. You know what I mean? For me, like Tito T, is just the ultimate DJ. Like, not to mention the fact that like Tito T is a guy that like, we go to Roller Jam in New York, at Staten Island, and that dude like would have, because you go to any rink any day of the week, and like you'll see different styles happening.
Oh yeah.
Like you'll have your rhythm guys, you have your JB guys, you have your jam guys, you have your shuffle guys, but like the thing is that, as the night progresses, different music, they had like a different music set,
100%.
So those styles are more represented at certain times based upon the music. And what Tito T mastered in New York was
really
that dude could be in the booth and every single style would be on that floor vibing out the entire night seamlessly.
That right there is what I love to most, is to see the guys with the sliders on, the guys with the JB, the high top boots. I want to see the guys and the girls with the speed skates, the inline, all of it. And we're all just vibing to one song.
Yeah.
And to me, that's what it's all about. I love to see stuff like that. Love it.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, and yeah, but for me, yeah, like if I have my, I'm on like that R&B kind of hip hop, like house tip, you know what I mean? Like, like not not a 128, like a 102 or a 98 BPM, you know what I mean? And it's just a Northeast thing. You know what I'm saying? Like in Northeast, like, cause it's a weird thing in Pennsylvania, cause Pennsylvania is still like a certain point of Pennsylvania, it's still really on that freestyle tip.
Yeah.
But then like, once you kind of get to a certain point of Pennsylvania and up, like there's just this real kind of like funky, like vibe that is a little slower. You know what I'm saying? But also like utilizing different elements of the song, like not just the downbeat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but
Yeah.
like skating the lyrics, skating the tempo, you know, all that kind of stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Like, yeah, man, like dude, if I could be, and this is gonna make me sound old as hell, but that's cool. But like I'm just saying, put me somewhere, man, like with an early to mid 90s like R&B hip hop playlist, and I am in heaven. I am in heaven, dude.
So that is my playlist on a daily at work. Everybody goes, they'll look and they'll go, man, you're playing all the good stuff. I was like, bro, that's what I grew up with. That's what I like. Yep. And everybody's like, because I'll play it loud enough through the whole shop so everybody hears it. And they're like, okay, all right, let's get some work done.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. It's not surprising to hear that though. I kind of figured that's where your vibe would be.
Oh,
you can tell by skating with you too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I have that Florida swag, as everybody says.
Yeah. Well, the thing is down in Florida though, because I associate it all like with that, you know, you got that Miami bass, you know, Luke, you know what I mean? Like that whole thing, you know? Yeah. This is what it is, you know, but it's interesting. You guys got like a different thing though in the Panhandle, it seems like. Yeah. So it was interesting because we were talking at Kate's and you had brought something up about, because 850 has been all over the podcast, you know what I mean? Like past month or so.
It's funny. It's funny you said that because you did Rachel's, you did Herbie's, you did Logan's, and I was like, huh. I kind of giggled to myself and I was like, wow, I'm the only one that's left out of the original 4, out of the whole 850 crew.
Yeah. And I don't even know if I had met you by the time I had done like the first 2 or something. You know what I mean?
I hadn't.
So, but so tell me, what were you, just tell me again, like what you were starting to tell me at Kate.
So, okay, back in the day, it was, since me and Herbie are a lot older, me and Herbie skated together for a while. Then Logan come along when he was a kid, and I've known Logan since he was, you know, little bitty kid. So we all grew up together skating at the skating rink. Well, me and Logan got close while we were skating and everything else. Then all of a sudden Rachel comes along and I'm like, who is that? I was like, I've never seen her before. So we all kind of went up to her and was like, hey, you know, I introduced myself. Logan did, Herbie did. And I was like, hey, where are you from? And she was like, Tallahassee. And she goes, yeah, there's a couple rinks over there. We just moved from over here, blah, blah, blah. And the rest was kind of history after that. And before the whole 850 crew, we would always, and it was probably on average, there was probably 10 or 12 of us that went. We would go once a month and we would pick somewhere different to go every single month. Like we would hit Fort Walton, we would hit Pensacola, we would hit Milton, Tallahassee, trying to think. Destin had a skating rink for a short period of time in Destin. And we would all just travel and we would all pile in everybody's car, try to take as few cars as possible and just take off on a Saturday and go. And we did that for years. And I guess when I moved to Dothan, Alabama, I moved up there for 3 years. They still kept doing their thing. And then that's when Rachel started calling it the 850 crew.
Okay. All right. So Dusty's a real OG. Dusty's a real OG here.
Yeah. We go way back.
Isn't it funny, man? Like when, like you mentioned about like seeing Rachel, you know, and it's so funny how, you know, especially if you're in a spot for a period of time, right? And you just know who your regulars are. And then out of nowhere, when it's just so interesting out of nowhere when somebody like new shows up, but like can legit skate, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, wait, where, who's this? Where'd they come from? Kind of thing. It's
Well,
just, I don't know why. It's
well, that's like what it is with me. Like if I go to a different state or a different rink, I mean, yes, back then I had my speed skates and everything, and all I would do is just step on the floor. I wouldn't try to do any footwork. I wouldn't, and I would just, just make my little warm up laps all the way around the floor. And by the second or third lap, I'd always get some guy or some girl go, "So where are you from?" And I'm like, how do you know? And they were like, "Man, you just got that look and that vibe. You're not from here." And I'm like, I'm from Panama City, And they were like, "We can tell." And I'm like, "Is it that bad?" They were like, "No, it's not bad. It's just we can tell that you're from out of town."
So they can tell that you're just from out of town, or they can tell specifically where you're from.
No, just out of town. Just out of town.
Okay.
Now,
yeah.
When I start skating, especially in Atlanta, when I started skating in Atlanta at Sparkles, especially on Sunday nights, I had a bunch of people. They were like, "Hey man, where are you from?" I said, "Florida." They were like, "What part?" And I was like, "Panama City." And they were like, "So you just drove from Panama City all the way up here just to come skate?" And I'm like, No. I live in Dothan now, and it was only like a 3-hour drive. And they were like, "Oh, okay." And I would do turn and burns. I would go up during the day, come back and leave a little early. Then I would go to work the next day.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So it's all about that skating.
Well, so yeah, I mean, like the interesting thing is, so a lot of people think like I'm like from Philly, because I would, especially because I was get involved with like Ray's events and stuff like that, and and skate with those guys. And the thing is Philly is like a 3-hour round trip for me, and like tonight is like the night that like the OG skate crew goes. The Wednesday night they go to Philly. It's like a 9 to midnight or 9 to 1, which is kind of crazy for a weeknight.
So Dothan's
3-hour round trip.
Dothan's adult nights are from 10:30 to 1.
On what night?
Saturday night.
Yeah. Okay. Not a Wednesday.
No, not. But I mean, it's still late.
Yeah.
I'm like, my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but now, like tonight is going to be like a freestyle night there. You know what I mean? I really dig going like, and it's funny because like for the most part, the OG skate crew doesn't go like to Philly like on a Sunday or like a Saturday. But it's funny because like I enjoy it, and it's more of like a hip hop R&B crowd and music, and it's funny because when I go like to Philly like on a Sunday night or something like that, because you were talking about like people like say like, "Oh, you're not from around here," whatever. The number one thing that I hear like whenever when I would go to Philly on Sundays would be like, people would be like, you grew up in a black rink, didn't you? Like that's what I would hear all the time, man. But it's just my steez. It's just that's what I grew up on, dude. It's what I love. It's where I get down. It's where I'm the most comfortable. You know what I mean? It's where I feel like my vibe works the best. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. And you don't realize it, but you skate there for so long, you pick up habits that you don't know you're doing, and you pick up certain things from everybody else.
Yeah.
And they can point blank tell you, be like, "Hey, you've skated up north for so long." And it's like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" That's like I've adapted some of the ATL style in the way they skate into the way I skate.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. And the other thing was too, is that like my brother was a B-boy, like he was an early B-boy, and then he got me into that. And the other thing is like I had a set of turntables by the time I was 11. Like I mean it's just what I just gravitated towards that, like skating and skating mostly. Like I mean, I got into b-boying with my brother, but like I was way more into just skating, and
Yeah.
I never took that the breaking stuff and crossed it over too much
Yeah.
into like the jam thing. I never, but what it did was it like that hip hop thing, like that it influenced everything about my skating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just, and it was our time. It was the era, man. Like, I was a kid. I was a teenager in the 90s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know,
It's not like it was today. Like
yeah.
for us here, that's all we had was to skate or go to the beach. And I wasn't a surfer or a beach bum, so I stayed in town and I skated, and that's what I religiously did for years, is just skate. And it has just grown and grown, and I absolutely love it.
Was there a period of time that you stopped?
Oh, I slowed down when I was married and I had kids. Then I got divorced and she moved away in a different state, and I picked it right back up. I slowed down. I didn't quit, but I did slow down though.
Yeah. Yeah. What I tell you, what about you, man? Like it's funny is that I'm surprised I don't, this doesn't come up as much as I would think it would, but because you were saying like you weren't a beach guy, like you weren't a surfer kid, right? You didn't go to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what you had to do was go to the rink. Now I don't know about you, man, but I got like I can tell you right now, like my rink, especially like once I hit like about 13 to like 17, probably kept me out of the craziest shit. You know what I mean? And it didn't keep me out of everything. But I don't know about you, man. I can't imagine. Like we were real lucky too, because like we established like almost a family connection with the owners of our home rink.
100%.
You know, but we did it like I always say, like, but lucky for me,
mm-hmm.
that connection was established before I turned into like a teenage prick. You know what I mean? Because Bob never would have tolerated me had he not loved me prior to that. You know what I'm saying? Like the amount of shit that I probably would have got in if I didn't have like that rink to go to. I don't know where you came up or what your thing was like, but
so it's funny where Skater's Choice is now. Back in the day, literally right across the street was a bowling alley. So Friday night you would go skate, you would go to the bowling alley right afterwards. So Saturday night, you would turn around and go skate, and you go right back over to the bowling alley. And that's what we did for years, is we would go there. Then once I graduated high school, I still skate with one of the guys I grew up with at my rink. He's 10 years older than I am, and we still skate together. We skate on our like old school nights here. Then once a month he'll travel to Dothan with me, and his name is Sean, and man, we've just been skating together. I've stride for stride, move for move. I don't have to question anything that he does. He knows exactly where I'm going, when I'm going, and everything. It's right after high school, me, him, and another really good friend of mine, Jason, in a Ford Ranger. We were going to Fort Walton, which is like hour and 45, almost 2-hour drive, just to go skate every Friday. We would go every other Friday. We would go over there, and the rink is small, but the music made up for that rink, and it still does to this day. It just, man. Whew.
What? So you mentioned going to this old school night. Is that's something that you still do?
The where now?
You just said you said something about like you guys would go to this old school night.
It's just their version of a adult night. They just call it an old school. Like it's like the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, just music that they have.
Yeah, man. Yeah. See, that's all I want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's like
That's
if I
right.
ever hit the lottery, I'm gonna build a skating rink in my backyard.
Yeah, man. And we're only listening to this shit. Like, that's it. It's it. You know what I mean? Like, oh man. But yeah, so well, and that's kind of like what we're trying to do with Skate Like No Breaks, man. Is like,
Yeah.
because like I'm not like, and I never want it to come across like I'm hating on anything, because I'm not. I'm really not. But like there is especially like with 8 Wheels No Brakes. Like 8 Wheels No Brakes was like, I mean, it was the standard bearer, man, for like what these events would become later. And people came from everywhere to go to 8 Wheels. So for them to ask me to be a part of this is just huge. But like we're like the thing here is like, you know, we want people to like come and like kind of like experience what that Northeast vibe is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Tito experience, man. I mean, like it's off the chain. And yeah, I because personally, I love going to different areas and going and experiencing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like, I'm not coming to like I'm not going to come down to Dothan and be like, yo, everybody switch it up. I'm here. You know what I mean? Put my shit on. You know what I mean? Like that's not like what I do, man. I want to come. I want to experience what I really love doing is I love like going to like these rinks where that hold these events. I like trying to go there on like their regular adult night. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to go to like I went to Kate's on like an adult night. I went to Buford on their adult night. I go to Sparkles on just to see what is it really like here on the regular. You know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense?
Yeah. So if you get a chance when the next Atlanta trip that you go, make sure you take off that Sunday, or take off on that Monday, so that way you can skate Sunday night up there at Sparkles in Smyrna. Man,
that's what I heard. That's
wild. It is wild.
What do you have a bucket list, like any bucket list rinks? Or is there somewhere you want to go or experience that you haven't had a chance to yet?
No, not yet. I mean, I'm obviously I want to see them all, but I don't know. I'd like to go up to Vegas and go skate up there with JoJo, because I see their style up there and I actually like it up there. So if I could go up there and skate with her at least once, I'd be happy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You've been to Reflections, right?
Oh, Base Reflections? Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I like that place.
Something else.
Whew, man. Dude. Because what I really dug about it when I went for Memorial Day, and I didn't get to go to this past one. I went to the last year's. Okay, but it was like
yeah, I went this year and not last year.
Yeah. But what I dug about it was like, okay, this is like it's kind of like has that racetrack vibe, like going to a USA event.
Woo! Yes.
But what's cool about it though is that place is big enough that it allows for still kind of like that center lane of like a medium pace. You still got room for the middle floor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where Sparkles, you don't have that, man. You're either going or you're getting run over, you know?
You're on the outside or you're off the rink. That's the only two choices. And in Atlanta at Sparkles, once you get on the floor, you can get off, but it is so hard to get back on the floor. Like,
yeah, man. There were like the first time I went, you know, I come back and I'm talking to some friends here, and you know, and we skate with people of all different experience levels, you know. Yeah. And there are these two guys that I know, it's two younger guys. And I was showing them a couple videos and telling them, you know, about the whole thing. And they're like, oh yeah, we want to go to that one in October. And I flat out told them, I said, dude, even by October, you're not even close to ready. Like don't, no, like I won't let you ride with me, you know? And like people are like, oh, that's rude and whatever and blah 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 blah. But I'm like, no, dude. Like I literally said, like, I would rather step on your feelings than your grave, kind of thing. Like, you're not ready for that, dude. You're not ready for that.
It's a safety thing more than anything else. It's not that you're questioning their ability to skate. It's
no, I am. I know I'm questioning their ability. I absolutely am.
Yeah.
In that environment, yes, I am. Yeah.
Yes, in that environment, 100%. I understand what you're saying, but it's fun. so jab a little bit and be like, so you're not ready.
Yeah. Like, you know, and it's not that you can't get there, but like, it's a different thing, man. Like, for you, okay, so there's two things that have to be happening for you in a Sparkles environment. One is you have to be constantly aware behind you, in front of you, next to you, here, there, whatever, what's coming up here, you know, like everything. 100%. And you have to have the ability to respond in any one of those situations.
Yes, because if not, you will either run somebody over or you're going to get run over. One of the two.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Man, I saw some gnarly stuff happen. Whew.
Uh-oh. When? Sparkles?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. I saw the one girl, I can't think of her name, but I think she ended up having like staples. Like she had
she split her head open. Ugh.
Dude, so that was okay. So there's this line, like two people side by side in this line. Like, there's two dudes in front of me.
Yeah.
And then there's her and whoever she was with in front of them. So, like, I don't even know what happened. All I know is that she goes down. I don't even see that. These guys just split, and there she is, like, turtled up, right? And I barely made it out of the way. Now, she did the right thing, though, because a lot of people are like, oh, get up. Like, no, if she would have got up, it would have been over for, like, anyone in that line.
Really bad.
By the time I come back around, though, they have her off the side.
Yeah.
Like, right, you know, at that same spot, but now she's like kind of sitting she's sitting on the side of the floor. And dude, by the time I come back around, like, she kind of lifts up her head, moves her hands, and it is like, remember like the old wrestling magazines? Yeah, where he was like the Crimson Mask of a steel cage match. That's what she looked like, dude. I was like, oh my God. Like, it was, you know, in your head bleeds, you know, more than, you know, in your heart's pumping and all that. But I think she came back the next day or something.
I think you're right. I think you're correct on that. And I'm like, well, okay, same kind of scenario. A friend of mine, Tracy, it was at our rink here. They had an event here. Well, she come out and either somebody tapped her skate or she lost her balance and literally split her head open right here, turned around, went out to the parking lot. Rachel's husband, Chris, stapled her up, and she continued to keep skating the rest of the night. And I was like, wow, that right there is a trooper.
Yeah. I've only ever seen like that kind of thing on a Cops episode with angel dust involved. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. That's crazy though. Let me tell you, the worst.
I'm gonna tell you that now. You put staples in my head with no numbing cream, nothing. No,
absolutely no, dude. I'm not a stack of Xerox paper. You know what I mean? Like it's yeah. Well, let me tell you, dude, the worst stuff I've ever seen has gone down. So, like 10 minutes from me, the oldest rink in Pennsylvania is right here. And It's like a little museum, and it's a real neat place. Okay, but it is birthday party central. It's basically a kid spot. There's only one entrance to the floor, and it's only about 10 feet wide. Now, the other thing is that the floor is kind of like it's a circle, but it's kind of like a square. It's not quite the oval, you know. It's not the rectangle circle. Now, the thing is that the way that the entrance is dead center, and if you just were to go straight across, in the middle of that floor are benches that actually run like they sit dead center in the floor, and they run a full length, and it's like, yeah, people can take a rest there. Parents they don't have to have skates on. They can go sit out there, watch their kids.
That makes sense.
Well, the thing is that there are nights, man, where it is just insanity. It's just the number of kids are crazy. Okay. Now the problem is that then you have like all these teenagers there with these inlines, and they are flying around, and like I've skated there a few times. I've literally gone up to like these kids, and I'd be like, dude, like, you're really fast, and that looks really cool. The problem is you're not nearly as good as you think you are, because you can't stop whenever you want or need to.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't. 100%. You can't. Right. So, and that's where the disaster happens, because that entrance and those benches are just like this beckoning call for people just to walk straight across or skate straight across. And I'm telling you, I have seen, man, one night I saw a kid, probably 16, flying on inlines backwards, right? Guy, there's a guy that's probably about 70, and he is just trying to make his way to the middle of the floor. And he happens to turn like away, so he's looking completely like, this guy's coming this way. He's not facing him. This kid has no idea. Like, so there's no slowing or anything like that, and he just nails this guy in the back. That guy goes straight down. His face takes all of the impact on the floor. Now I happen to be like kind of like right to the side of this guy. Now, when he hits his face like this, kind of like on the side, but he's not facing my direction. And I know this dude's going to lift his head, and he's going to turn back, and I'm going to see something horrifying. Sure enough, dude, all this, like his whole orbital socket and like his upper cheek is pushed into his face, eyeball pushed into his face. Like, I had never seen, oh my God, I'd never seen anything like it. I've seen compound fractures there. I'm telling, it's the people are like, oh yeah, Sparkles, USA. No. Come down to this place. Come down to the oldest Chuck E. Cheese in the world. You know what I mean? And come see what's going on, because this is crazy over here, man. I'm not even kidding, dude.
So it's funny you said that, because I used to work at the Skater's Choice before it was Skater's Choice. So I was floor guard, and I watched this kid one night. Man, he was just getting it. And he was probably, I'd say, between 10 and 13, give or take.
Okay.
And he was just cruising around. And the way he fell, his right arm looked like a Z. And I was like, I told him, I was like, hold, and I'm barely holding his arm, and I was like, hold your arm. I was like, come on, let's go to the office. The manager at the time, Anthony, turned around, took some cardboard, bent it up, took some tape and wrapped it, and called his mom to go take him to the hospital. Oh my Lanta. It was bad. It was really bad. Whew, that was the worst.
Yeah. I can't look at that stuff.
I can't either. And it was all I could do just to keep my composure. And I was like, what? I was like, nope, 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 nope. Mm-mm.
How old were you when you were working there when this happened?
Probably mid-20s, mid to late 20s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, when did you start working at that rink?
I was in my 20s. I worked there a couple times. When it changed owners, Todd, when he owned it, I worked with him for a little while, then turned around when Bobby bought it. I worked for Bobby for a little while, and then I was just like, nope, I would rather skate than actually work. And all I did was floor guard the whole time, bossing kids around,
Yeah. Yeah, man. I used to love being in the booth. I used to love going to the DJ booth. I don't like it anymore. I would never want to do it now.
They had me DJing there for a little while, and I was like, no. Because what I wanted to listen to, those kids didn't want to listen to. And I'm like, nah, this ain't going to work.
Yeah. And the thing was, like, when I was DJing at the rink, I was still a kid. Like I wasn't necessarily, I was more like playing music. I wasn't DJing. You know what I mean? Kind of thing, but.
Oh, DJ start, stop.
Yeah, really. Like seriously, there's no mixing. This is nothing. I was train wrecking, if anything.
Yeah.
But what's your next event? What's the next event you're thinking about?
I've got what is this, July? I don't think I have any. I think Angie's event in, what is that, August?
Yep.
I think I've got Atlanta, then I've got Tampa, Orlando right after that. Then back to Atlanta, and it's the reason why I hit Atlanta and all them is where I'm at. It's 5 hours to Atlanta, and it's 5 hours to Orlando or Tampa. So
that's sweet.
Yeah, it's kind of I'm in the mix in the middle of both. So
yeah, that's a nice little hub you got right there.
Yeah. Then when I saw you at Kate's was only no, I take it back. Kate's was an 8-hour drive for me that day.
Me too.
Ooh. That was a long, boring drive.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is for me there. So like my family moved like they're all kind of like around the Boiling Springs, Spartanburg area. And that's like an hour and a half to Kate's. It's like an hour to Skate Country, Buford. So like anytime that I'm visiting my family down there, like I'm always going to come, I'm always within distance, of a decent rink, but man, yeah, like down like Georgia, down where you're at, man, it's like this hub, you know what I mean? Like,
it really is. So I don't know, does North Carolina, South Carolina, I know Tennessee does, but does like North Carolina, South Carolina, either one of them do like skate events or anything like that? I haven't.
I mean, other than Kate's, I don't think so. Okay.
Because I mean, I'm all about traveling now.
Yeah, I mean, I've only ever been to like Scooters, where like Corey Gower and like that Bon Shuffle Crew crowd is at Larry Hall. Talk about a small ass rink. That is a small ass rink, dude. Like that
in a circle.
I'm telling, dude, it's just crossing over the whole time.
Fort Walton's just like that too. Like you might get one crossover, and you're just like, all right, turn, and it's like, whew, goodness.
It's a practice floor. Like it's some of those rinks have like the practice floors. You know what I mean? Like the little beginner floor. Yeah, but I tell you what, you gotta be on your toes in that place, man. It kind of teaches you, you know what I mean, how to, especially if you want to get down, with just it's crazy, man. I liked it though. I had a good time there. I went and checked it out. we stopped there because we drove down. That was the year that we went to USA for the first time at Sparkles. And we went down a night early to check out Scooters and stay that night and then move on to Georgia the next day. But I had a good time there, man. It's neat little experience.
I'm gonna have to check that one out.
Just just be ready. You know what I mean? Like
walk in and be like, ooh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, man, it's small, dude. Like it's tiny, but it's cool. But it's crazy because it's got like it like kind of operates like a big, like they have this huge big flat screen on the wall. You know what I mean? Like so, it's kind of like it's like this little version of like some super rink. You know, it's kind of neat. But and the people are so cool. The staff are all great. The owner's great.
Yeah.
You know, so
that goes a long
way.
way.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You got to check out Abilene. You got to get to Texas though.
Okay. Are you going this coming up year? You're going to Texas?
I'm going to go I'm going to go from now on for sure.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what I can do about trying to make some plans about if you're going to go, I'll go with you.
There we go. Yeah. Well, and all those, I know that like that all Logan and Rachel and Herb, like, they were all there. They all love that.
Yeah. They go every year. I was going to go one year, but it was the year that I was hosting my event in Dothan. And I'm like, look, I can't travel all the way to Texas, then turn around and come back 2 weeks later and have my event. And I'm like, look, I'm just going to have to sit this one out this year.
No, I totally get that, man. I totally get that. And whenever you find out more about whatever event the event that you're doing, man, let me know. You can come on here again. We could talk about it. You know what I mean? Get the word out to help in any way possible. And I will definitely be there for that, man, for sure. One, I just got to skate Alabama. I just still haven't skated that.
Man, I'm telling you, the rink owner, Jason, super, super nice guy. And he's wanting to expand. He's wanting to build Fun Zone and make it bigger. And on average, their adult nights are usually between about 60 to roughly about 100. And they do it once a month. It's usually the first Saturday of every month. And man, we have a blast.
So let me trying to just get a frame of reference here. So let's say you were to leave Kate's, how long of a drive would it be to Fun Zone?
6 hours.
Okay. All right. That makes okay. So it's I used to drive to Mississippi from here to. Oh yeah, dude. I would drive that alone, straight shot, and I'd be like delusional by the time I get to my sister's house. I would. It would be so weird. I would it really would be awkward. Like it'd just be the craziest thing ever, dude.
Oh man.
I got to remember to cut that last part. And mark this shit. The time you said,
"Oh man,"
37 minutes into clip 2. There we go. All right, man. We've been going for a while, man. This has been a cool episode, though. This is we just been talking, man. Just talking skating. This has been fun, man. People are gonna dig 100%. This. People are gonna dig. Is there anything you want to throw out there? Anything you wanted to promote? You want to shout out? You want to say? You want to let anyone know? Whatever you want to do.
I meant to ask you, and I was trying to think of some questions I could ask you. So, food for thought. So, before you go skate, whether it's an event or you're just going for a regular session, do you eat heavy or do you eat light before?
So, I can't eat heavy, if I wanted to. Cause I mean, one, I don't want to, but so I have chronic pancreatitis along with liver issues and stuff like that. Like I literally have to ingest enzymes
Okay.
like that my body's supposed to produce, like
Yeah.
to break down fats, like every time I eat. So like even if I wanted to, okay, I couldn't.
Like no.
And if I did clean up on aisle 7, let me tell you right now, dude.
Yes. Because I mean, I've always, every time we go somewhere or like a big event, everybody's like, let's go out to eat, blah blah. And I'm like, all right, cool. And everybody's like, I gotta eat light. And I'm like, why? I'm like, just eat. I mean, if you want to eat light, that's cool. But, and I don't know if this is a thing or not, but every time we go out to eat, everybody either wants to eat wings or Mexican. And it's just like, come on now.
Yeah. Well, and of the two, you're so concerned about eating light, like you eat like the two very things that are just going to fly through your body faster than anything else. Because that's the thing. Like,
hey, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back in like 3 songs.
Yeah. Like if I make it, right? Like the thing, and but that was the thing. Like, so what was the last event? Not Kate's. I think it was down. I was down for USA. I think
March for the tornado.
Yeah, I think. Yes. And like the one night, everyone wants to go out to this Mexican restaurant right before. I'm like, what did we? Who are they? What? Like that doesn't sound like a good idea to me at all. Like, but yeah, I always I get like I eat like a chicken quesadilla. Like I keep it as white as possible. Yeah. What you that doesn't bother you though? It doesn't faze you?
No, I mean, I try not to get like full all the way up to here, that miserable, I mean, I'll eat. If I feel like eating light that day, I'll eat light, but 9 times out of 10, I just eat whatever I want to eat. And, it'll just give me fuel for the rest of the night, because I am really, really bad about once I get on the floor, I don't want to come off. And I know that I need to stop and get water or grab a pickle or something and, to keep hydrating. But I just get in that mindset. Once I'm on, I don't want to get back off at all.
Yeah. Well, that's more even what I think about most is just being hydrated. Like literally, like even just now, this was a Pedialyte that you just watched me drink this entire time. Like I'm like a 4-year-old that like had diarrhea for the last 36 hours or something like that. Like why? Who would like this is you find this in the medicine aisle, bro? And I just like I did it in less than an hour. You know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous.
I got those at work. I drink those like crazy.
What happened to us though? Because that was not like okay. I'm glad we're talking about this because it's not just skating. Like. What happened to us, right, as a species, that all of a sudden we're like the most dehydrated like race of people on the face of the planet in this country? It's crazy. It's nuts. When did it happen that like we just needed literally triple the amount of electrolytes? And not just I like everybody. What are we doing? Like when did that start? Because I have to drink this shit.
Okay, so let me. I'll answer that one, but I got something else for you. So it's been ever since we were kids. Everything has been changing. More steroids, this, that, and I think all of that has to do with why we are so hydrated. Dehydrated all the time is because we're always constantly drinking water. Like Pedialyte, Gatorade, Body Armor, whatever it is, and it's crazy because I absolutely hate drinking water. But when I'm at work, because I sweat so much and I stay outside all day, every day, I have no choice but to drink water. So when I get a chance to go home, I'm not drinking any more water. I'll drink everything else but that.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to ask you when you were bringing up when we were kids. So did you drink out of a water hose when you were a kid?
So I'm literally like, this is what I'm thinking as you're saying all this. Cause I remember like literally, yeah, going and grabbing a hose any
100%.
moment,
All
you
day.
know, like
This guy.
yeah, man, hell yeah. You know, and I think that's what it was too, is like nowadays it's like, you feel like you have to have like a bottled water or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And
it's funny, and I promise you will probably say the same thing. Soon as I said, "Did you drink out of a water hose?" You can taste that plastic. Can you not?
Yeah.
100%.
But people pretend. But people act like you know, you got some 30-year-old mom, and she's like, I will not give my kid tap water, but you'd shove Yoo-hoo and Takis down his throat. You know what I mean? All day long. You know what I mean? Like the city water is really doing it to him. You know what I mean? Like, you know, his kids aren't going to have, his kids aren't going to have a mouth on the back of their neck because of tap water. It's going to be this shit that you've been feeding them out of these plastic bags. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I'm just saying, dude, like it's crazy to me, like how we look at this stuff. Like, yeah, and yo, here's the other thing. People always think I was crazy. I could be out like in the middle of the summer, sweating my ass off, right? And I'd go into the house. You know what I would drink, man? Full glass of vitamin D milk, dude. Like what? I could drink that. No. Yeah. Like as a thirst quencher. To this day, I love milk. I
do too. I love milk, and it's like you, it's the whole milk. It's the vitamin D. It's like the good stuff.
Yeah.
But I cannot. I have tried, and I got sick one time. I was outside playing, everything else sweating, just pouring down. So I grabbed me a glass of milk. I chug it. Man, I didn't even make it outside, and I just puked it all back up. And I was like, nope, not doing that no more.
Man, so milk, I drink like 1% now. You know, or sometimes 2%, but yeah, I don't drink vitamin D anymore. But let me tell you, dude, one of the worst things that I ever did was my brother. I have an older brother, older sister, and my brother was in the Navy after he graduated high school, and he was home on leave one time, and so I was like probably 11 or 12, probably like 11. And we were taking it. We had to take him back to Logan Airport. He was, I think he was going back to Italy at that point. And he was married at the time, and he had like this. His wife had like this hatchback, and I'm in the back seat. And this is like right after Christmas, right? So what do we have in the fridge? Is like this, you know, a bunch of eggnog. So like, I don't know, like we have to get up at the crack of dawn to take my brother to the airport, right? And it's like a 2-hour drive, and I used to get car sick. So like I chugged this thing of eggnog, dude, before we leave. Right? We're like we're within 5 minutes of this airport, right? I'm like, and I'm in a hatchback, 2-door, okay, in the back seat. I'm like, Mike, I'm gonna get sick, you know, and my mom's like next to me, like, no, he's fine. And I just do that thing, right? Because I'm ready to go, right?
Yes.
And I got my big brother in the front seat, and he's like, I will beat the shit out of you if you throw up in this car, right? So yo, my mom throws this winter coat on my lap, dude. Okay, I unleash like everything anything that was in my body since like 1986 is coming out, right? And I fill this thing up, right? And it's straight eggnog, okay? Like that's all it is, okay? That's just been milling around my stomach for the past 2.5, 3 hours.
No.
Now, the thing is, so here's the thing: we pull up, right? Like we pull up to like the gate, right? Drop them off and all that shit. And you know, my family's not like, my mom was not about to throw away her coat, right? So she gets out. And I just remember like there's this security guy standing there. He probably is like 6'6", huge dude, right? Huge black dude, massive guy. And he's standing there, and he just kind of like, my mom's because of this coat, right? Making her way over to the trash can, and she's like shaking it. He's look, this dude's like looking out of the corner of his eye, right? And he's like, "What the fuck is this lady doing?" Like, oh my god, he runs to the other trash can and starts throwing, like unleashing it, because the smell, you could see it hit him right in the face. You know what I mean? Like that moment where he's like, oh, and he couldn't take it, man. And it was rank, to be honest with you. It was disgusting.
Yeah, it was soured milk.
Yeah, and then because she's got no shame, right? Then she's like, she takes this thing into the airport, okay, and she's like asking people, like, can you give me a trash bag? Can you give me a trash bag so I can like put it? Yeah, I had to drive with that thing home in the back.
No.
I mean, it was my brand, so it didn't really bother me as much as anyone else in the car. But you know, I'm just saying, I've never seen such a visceral reaction from somebody though. This dude, the moment that he realized what was happening, what he was seeing, what he was smelling, he just ran for a trash can and he probably threw up more than I did. It was funny, but I don't know how we got there, but this is gonna be a best of moment right here.
Oh yes, 100%.
We just knocked out another hour talking about autism, throw up, and broken bones.
3 major comments.
Yeah, and hydration.
Yes,
and
hydration.
And the sad state of affairs when it comes to preservatives and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we are killing ourselves with this food, though.
100%, 100%.
But like I know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
I'm just over here winging it.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go eat some. I'm probably gonna eat a Hot Pocket after this or some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, what am I preaching about? Yeah, I mean,
that's all right. I'll go in and eat some chicken strips or something.
Bro. Okay, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. Okay, one day. Okay, this is only a couple months ago. Because I spend like, it's so funny what I'm willing to spend on my dog's food to make sure that she's healthy. Okay?
Yeah.
So I get her like this top of the line, whatever, and she always gets a canned food for lunch.
Yeah.
One day I'm getting her canned food, and I happen to pull out a can of like beefaroni or something for myself.
Yeah.
And like these two things are sitting side by side. And I'm like,
did you grab?
I'm like, no. But I'm just like, no. But I was like, I would not be surprised if this dog's food is literally healthier than my thing. So I start comparing the ingredients and everything. Not even close, dude. Not even close. That the shit that I was putting in my body, I would never even think to give to my dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy. It was crazy.
So, with that being said, have you ever tried your dog food?
Oh, no.
No, not even just one little piece?
No, I can smell.
I have when my dog was still alive. I had a red-nosed pit bull, and I had him since he was 4 weeks old. It was a red-nosed pit, so the people that I got him from were trying to use him as a bait dog, and he just didn't have the spirit in him. And he lived until he was 18 years old, which is unreal. But
that's crazy.
It was that whole, hey, I'm buying this good dog food, and I'm like, I wonder. And I tried one piece of it. Man, you want to talk about bland? It is so bland. Yeah. And I spit it right back out, and I'm like, he's healthy? That's all I'm worried about.
Yeah. I took a bite of I took a little nibble off a milk bone one time. That shit was dry, dude. There's no way. It was like eating shredded wheat with no milk. You know what I mean? It was just like a saltine challenge. I was like, how you doing this, dog?
That's why they drink so much, is to coat the back of their throat.
Yeah. All right, Dusty, I gotta roll, man. But we did like 2 hours, man. This is gonna be a funny ass episode, man. We gotta have some funny promos for this for sure. Like
for sure.
This has been fun, man. Thanks so much for doing it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And I will, if I don't talk to you, I am definitely going to see you in August.
Yeah, for sure.
Heart to Shuffle. Heart to Shuffle,
yes,
everybody.
Sir. Yes, sir. You will see me there 100%.
All right, dude. Have a good night.
Yes, sir. You too. Thank you.